We typically leave the news you can use segments to other types of shows, but with the price of gas hitting record levels almost every day, we decided that this is different. It is critical to talk about it, and not just talk about it and tell you what you already know. The gas prices are through the roof. But try to get some information we can all do or use to save money. Not the yelling about who's at fault, but concrete, actionable solutions you can use tonight or tomorrow. The facts are that the average cost is $5.02 for a gallon of regular unleaded on average. Yesterday was the first time ever the average was over $5 across the country. Not surprisingly, much of cable news, though, is focused on pointing fingers of blame.
I think the frustration everybody has with Biden is he's putting so much more effort into passing the buck than he is in solving the problem. When he yells and screams about Putin, Putin didn't declare war on our fossil fuel industry on the campaign trail. Joe Biden did.
Republicans and editorial pages of conservative newspapers would like to blame Joe Biden, but it's actually because of what they love, markets. Markets. The fact is, oil companies didn't want to spend a lot of money exploring during COVID when demand was lower, when prices were lower.
We could go off about the president, about the oil companies, but that's not going to help you today when you're digging deeper than ever into your wallet just to get to work or go to the grocery store. So we spent some time thinking about real solutions, not finger pointing, so maybe you can save some bucks at a critical time. Joining us to help us with this is Mike Quincy, automotive editor at Consumer Reports. Mike, thanks very much for coming on the program. Okay, let's start not on the gas tank, but on the tires. How can that save us money?
Well, it's a really simple solution. All you need to do is go out to your car, especially when your tires are cold, and check the PSI, your pounds per square inch. And a lot of people think that your proper tire pressure inflation is on the sidewall of the tires, and that's absolutely incorrect. There's a little sticker on the door jamb of the driver's side. It's going to tell you what the proper PSI is. So when your tires are underinflated, not only do they wear faster, you're creating a lot of rolling resistance, and that is reducing your fuel economy. It's also making the car really sluggish handling. So this is a very simple thing that people can do.
That's number one. Things like bike racks can be an issue. Why?
So about 50% of your engine's horsepower is overcoming aerodynamics when you're in the highway. So anytime you have a rooftop box on your roof, or you have bike carriers either on your roof or a hitch-mounted bike carrier, you're really creaming your car's fuel economy. So if you're not using these racks, absolutely remove them. Even an empty roof rack is going to cost you 2 to 5 miles per gallon. And when you've got all your mountain bikes all loaded up on your car, that might hit you for 7 to 13 miles per gallon.
Wow. Talk about the type of gas.
Sure. I mean, a lot of times people think that if they put premium fuel in, their car is going to magically be like Speed Racer or something like that. First of all, your performance won't get better and your fuel economy won't get better. So unless your car says premium fuel required, and that's the operative word here, not recommended, required. If it's required, definitely put it in. If it's not required, don't waste your money. Your car isn't going to be better for it. And this also goes into when you're considering buying your next car. You ask your salesperson, does it require premium fuel?
All right. So one debate I often hear is over, air conditioning, right? Some people say, oh, come on, air conditioning has nothing to do with fuel economy. Some people say, no, you got to turn your air conditioning off. What's the real deal on air conditioning?
So the real deal is air conditioning will eat up some fuel economy. I mean, I hate to say that. We're going into the summer season. Certainly here where I am in Connecticut, it touched about 80 degrees today. So driving around in a hot car isn't a lot of fun. But if you're on the highway, put your windows up, turn your air conditioning on. The reason being is that the driver will remain more alert. The driver's going to be more comfortable. If the driver's fatigued, the driver's not going to be able to react in any kind of emergency situation. But when you're kind of putzing around town, you're not going on in very, very fast speeds, roll your windows down and turn your air conditioner off. Because when your air conditioner condenser is working, it's a whole other motor, and that will drain some of your car's fuel economy. But the driver should be most comfortable, and that is probably the number one thing here.
All right. And I have to say, I was stunned at how much of a difference these small changes can actually make if you incorporate all these things. You're really talking about a good number of dollars every time you fill up, right? Real quick.
It will all add up, and I'm a car guy, and I love to drive, but here's another one. The faster you go, the worse your fuel economy gets.
All right, but you know what? We can't give up on that, Mike. Come on. The other ones all made sense. You can't tell us not to speed. Mike Quincy, thank you for coming on the show.
Drive safely.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.